I'm so used to listening online, so like I'm really like happy to be here, like finally in person. So I met someone who had some things that I love, and they told me that the way to get more is to care less. So
To care less?
yes. So I want to talk about the law of detachment in relation to romantic relationships, because I feel like...
Well, the point, we will hear you, but we want to stick this in here. The detachment is the not trying so hard. And it's not detachment from desire. It's management of desire. Because what someone is telling you when they think you want too much, that you're asking too hard, they're feeling your vibration, which is demonstrated in your body in the feeling of disappointment. They're feeling you wanting something that you're not allowing. And so they're saying to you that if you wanted it less, it would ease things. But they are wrong for this reason. This is the reason that law of detachment is a figment of somebody's misguided imagination.
Right.
If you're going 100 miles an hour and you hit a tree, it could be painful. If you're going 5 miles an hour and you hit a tree, much less of a problem. Your friend would say, just stop driving fast and everything will be all right. And we say, but that's where all the fun is. So we don't want you to slow your momentum or your desire. We want you to get the trees out of the way.
Okay.
It's the releasing of resistance. And so in some ways, it's almost the right answer from your friend, because what it's saying is, I can feel your discord when you focus on something you want that you don't think you're going to get. So in some ways we could say, but we're not going to, that you could detach from those, but we don't even want to use the word detachment, because there is no law of detachment. There is only law of attraction, you see. Okay. So you just focus on what you do want, and in focusing on what you do want, you cannot be focusing on what you don't want. All right, so that's the basis, so we'll hear you.
But the thing was that I feel like sometimes I care too much. Like after the first date, I'm already picturing us getting married. And then like sometimes like I just don't care at all. Like someone's finding me attractive that I like, and they're calling my name, they're trying to talk to me, and I just don't care. I just keep walking.
You've noticed
so
that,
it's
haven't
like,
you?
I go from 0 to 100. Either I care too much or I don't care at all.
Well, let's break this down so that you can understand the law behind all of it. So, because it feels like it's behavior that is running this show. And in other words, if I give too much attention, then they go away. If I act like I don't care, then they want some of me. Is that what you're saying? And but here's squeaking wheel. Here is the law that is behind that. When you desire something that you have no resistance, hear the wobble?
Yeah.
When you have desire and there's, hear the wobble? When you have desire, when you have desire, sometimes there's a whole lot of wobble in your desire. When you have desire and no resistance, is that resistance never going to end? On and on and on it goes. There are those who believe that the squeaking wheel gets the oil. Really, it just gets disdain, doesn't it? All right, so let's talk about the law behind this. When you have a desire that you have no resistance about, then it's unfolding in a very comfortable way. When you have a desire that you have resistance about, it is that simple. It's just not unfolding in that comfortable way. The remedy, the method, the path to what you want, it is our promise to you, is not trying to soften the desire. It is releasing resistance. So what do you think it is that happens within you when you say and mean, I don't really care?
I think it's more like kind of like almost like giving up, kind of like just like getting going with my life, like just like.
So you stop the action, you stop the words, you stop the struggle.
Right.
And when you stop the struggle, all of the universal forces that are working on your behalf come into play. This is the thing that we are wanting to convince you is happening. When you ask for something, it becomes a vibrational reality. And Source is looking through your eyes, living with you all day, every day, knowing precisely where you stand in relationship to everything that you want. And when you are really in tune with that, you feel this just gentle, clear feeling flowing. When you feel like you have to goose it up, when you feel like you have to try, the reason that you feel that way is because you're trying to compensate for the missing alignment through action. And a lot of people have lived their lives that way. They have not experienced the leverage and the power of alignment. And so they try really, really hard. And the harder they try, the more the big things seem to avoid them. You can accomplish mediocre life experience through actions and words and manipulation and so forth. But to get the things that you really want, you've got to enlist the energy that creates worlds, which means do the vibrational thing first and then anything else you have time for. We've talked about it in lots of ways. We say, go with the flow. And for a while we were talking about, get on your high-flying disc and then. We were saying, get in the vortex and then. And today we're saying, just be as wobble-free as you can and then. But the difference in this conversation today and anything that we've talked about before is that there is, if there is an awareness of the momentum factor, as you put these things together in your mind, law of attraction is real. Do you know that? Yes. You live in a vibrational universe. Do you know that?
Yes. Yes.
You are offering a vibration in every waking moment. Do you know that?
Yes.
The emotions within you are letting you know the content of the vibration that you're offering. Do you know that?
Yes.
When you slumber, your point of attraction stops. Do you believe that?
Yes.
When you awaken, you have a fresh start at a fresh day to be wobble-free. What we want to have awakened within you in this day is a singular desire to get as far into your day as you can without wobble. And that's it. That's as far as this process or this encouragement or this instruction goes. Because we know everything else is already in place for you. We know who you are when you came. We know what life has caused you to ask for. We know what you want in that relationship. We know what you want to receive, and we know what you have to give in that relationship. We know all of the pieces of the relationship that you want in details that you are not even able to articulate right now because you've been putting them in incrementally. Do you know that that vibrational version exists? So now when you add to that basis that was already in place within you, the understanding that law of attraction is what causes momentum, and that momentum that has resistance within it always makes you try too hard. When you want something and doubt it, and want something and doubt it, and want something and doubt it, you just try harder and harder and harder. And you know what those who are saying to you, you're trying too hard or you want it too much, do you know what they're actually saying to you? I feel your wobble, man, and it's off-putting to me. That's what they're really saying. You're not nice to be around because you're wobbling so much. You're not consistent enough for me. I feel your angst. That's what they're saying. So as you take all this that you know, and you just, for a few days, just say, when you go to bed at night, when I sleep, my momentum's going to stop. When I awaken, I can start it on any subject the way I want it to be. And I'm going to start out slow and easy, and every day it's going to get better and better, and before you know it, you will be witnessing the absolute, mandatory, irrefutable, certain, it's got to be, it's law, responses to the improvement that you have deliberately offered to your own vibrational output. You are the creator of your own reality, and you've come with such intentionality to love this time and space and the others that you're co-creating with.
How can
But
I?
it's
How
no
can
fun
I?
unless you're doing it on purpose.
How can I appreciate without caring too much? How can I just? Because they always say appreciation is important. So.
By appreciating until you wobble. By
Okay.
appreciating as far as you can go until you wobble, because as soon as you start to wobble, you'll feel that you're going too far. In other words, let's do this really quickly, and then we'll bring this to a closing, because it's an important question. So let's say that let's take it on the subject of relationship. So I really like being here at this time. Let's say that's wobble-free. I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad that I get to be in this time-space reality. I like all the technology that's around. I like all of the conveniences that are around. This is a really good time to be a creator around here. And there are so many wonderful things to experience and enjoy. And I really enjoy life. And life that I'm enjoying feels even better when I'm experiencing it with others. It's really fun to experience it with others. It's so fun to meet people that are on the same vibe. So fun to get together and have enlivening conversations. So fun to find things that are fun to talk about. So fun to find commonality. So fun to find common bases. So fun to find things that we both like to think about. So fun. So no wobble, no wobble, no wobble. So refreshing to meet someone who is alive about life in the way that I am. So refreshing to meet someone who has so many of the standards in life that I have. So exhilarating to realize that we are uniquely different, and yet when we come together, we add positively to one another. It's like two of us are way more than just one and one. It feels exponentially like so much more. Still no wobble. I really, really like the idea of co-creating with another person. I really like the idea of finding the perfect person. The wobble starts right there. Of finding the perfect person. It's so back away from it. It's so fun to find things in people that I'm a vibrational match to. It's fun to find that I like about that person, and that I like about that person, and that I like about that person. There are so many characteristics there and there and there and there and there and there and there. And in doing so, you're activating those characteristics without saying, I like that, but I don't like that. I like that, but I don't like that. I like that, but I don't like that. So as you are reaching for the wobble-free thought, before you know it, you will have identified for yourself exactly what you're looking for. But even more important than having identified it, you will have practiced what you've identified until it is the substantial, maybe not every moment of every day, but the substantial vibration within you. And then what you're going to begin to notice is people with those characteristics that you've activated in your vibration will begin flowing into your experience. You just have to teach yourself. We don't want to call it trial and error. We want to call it living and feeling. We want to call it thinking and feeling. We want to call it thinking and feeling and thinking and feeling and thinking and feeling until before you know it, you're feeling and then thinking. That's when it starts flipping into that step 4, living. You're thinking and feeling and thinking and feeling. And before you know it, you're just feeling. You just feel so good. You just feel so sure. You just feel so happy. You just feel so confident. You just feel so ready for what's coming next. You just feel so alive about life. You just feel so happy. You just feel so much appreciation for that one and that one and that one and that one. It just grows and grows.